Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm kind of excited about that, right? I mean, one of
Right,
them was
right.
only like a $7 submission fee, and that
Okay.
was to the International Istanbul Horror Film Fest.
Oh, nice.
That's in Istanbul,
Istanbul,
not
international.
Constantinople, but Istanbul.
Right.
Just like the song, yeah, it's Istanbul. So like I had to, am I going to be able to go there? I don't know, but I had to look it up on Google Maps. So I wanted to see where the theater was and everything. And I
Yeah.
thought, man, that would be really totally awesome to go to a place like that to
Right,
see
right, right.
to see international films. Man, that would be awesome. But oh well, oh well,
There's always tomorrow.
there is. I'm gonna break
Always.
out and do a song from Annie.
Tomorrow, tomorrow.
That's
Oh
right.
my gosh. Speaking of just breaking out into anything, I can't wait till we can talk about tomorrow's Cincinnati Improv Showcase Extravaganza.
Yes. Is
It's
it
on
Arena Showcase Extravaganza or Showcase Arena Extravaganza?
Oh, you know what? I don't know, but we better have that line together.
Yeah, we do because we have to stand up and actually say it on
Yeah,
stage. I don't know
yeah.
if you heard me during rehearsal last night, but I obviously wasn't keeping up. And when everybody was done, you could actually hear me use the word thing. We're gonna do a thing now.
Yeah.
You'll
Oh.
like it.
Very
Yeah,
much.
you'll like it. We've worked hard on this.
Way to deliver those lines.
Yeah, right.
Oh my
That's
god.
oh man. People can see that and more tomorrow
Oh,
night for an hour and a
it's gonna
half.
be wild. It's gonna be wild. I think it's gonna flow pretty well.
I do too. I'm excited about it. And it's one of those things where the audience is allowed to sit there and just laugh at anything that they see. They're allowed to
Right. Right.
because
Right.
that's why
Right.
they're there. They're there to just relax, have a good time, and just
Yep.
watch some actors doing their thing.
Just having a good old time, letting their hair down or
Yep.
lack thereof, whatever it may be,
For $10.
all for $10.
All for $10. That is
Yeah,
not bad. That's not
not
bad.
bad at all. Not bad at all. But welcome everybody to another Slanted Brow show.
Hi,
We're
everybody.
2/3 of the crew. I'm
We
Bernard, and I'm
are.
sitting here with.
I'm glad you did the fractions because I'm bad with that. Oh, were you wanting me to say my name?
Yeah,
Chris Gordy.
Chris, the one and only Chris Gordy.
Here I am, folks.
Yeah. Matter of fact, speaking of one and only, have you ever like Googled your name to see if there were any other Chris Gordys out there?
I have, and there's one who's a sportscaster, and another one who lives in Texas. Yeah, yeah.
So
But
only two.
but apparently, I don't think I ever told you the story either. On the 4th of July, my family and I, we were coming back from watching fireworks. And yeah, it was kind of late at night and none of us had eaten dinner. So what do you do as a family when nobody's eating dinner? You stop by and get some gas station food. I mean, we all do that. You grab
Yeah,
a sandwich, maybe a pint of ice cream, and then you go home. So we walk into, it's a UDF. We walk in and there's these two guys standing behind the counter and they're staring at me. And the boy and I are going around and I got a sandwich. I got one for Sue and boy's getting his stuff together. And I go up there and the guy says, are you Chris Gordy? Yeah, I am. He said, and then he got out his phone and then he held up a picture of me from one of the posters or something that I'd done. He said, is that you? I said, yeah, that is me. And they talked our ears off for the next like 15, 20 minutes. Oh, it was great though. I mean, boy and I just kind of stood there. We all just kind of chatted for a little bit,
Wow.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. It was so great. We went back the next night because we were coming back home again from something else.
Yeah.
I walked in. They said, "Hey, it's the movie star again." We're having
Wow.
a good time. Yeah, we're having a good time.
That feels really good. Just even you saying that, it makes me feel good. It's like to be recognized,
It is.
um, and not just within your own hometown. It's like you can go out and then it's like somebody recognizes you. It's like my work is doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah. Somebody saw me do something. I
Yeah,
don't know what they saw me do, but
right,
they saw me do something.
exactly. And you know what? I'm wondering, did they tell you exactly what it was that they remembered you from? Because for people that are watching, you just don't watch a film and
No.
then you just be like, okay, you see this person randomly, and then you're just picking up like, oh yeah, I know exactly who that is by name. Like you have
Yeah.
to influence them, really impact them. What was that?
So I kind of got the hint that back when we did Nevis over a year ago, there was a lot of coverage on that. A lot of people were advertising that. And when I had mentioned that movie, they were both shaking their head. I think they had seen it. But the picture that he showed me was the promo picture that WDOE Lady Doe, the one
Yeah.
she had a picture of me that she had used as her promo, and that was
Yep.
the picture he was holding up on his phone. He
Wow.
said, "This is you, isn't it?" And I said, "Yeah, that's me."
That's pretty cool. That is really, really, really
So
awesome.
yeah. So that was pretty cool. It was awesome,
Oh yeah.
completely awesome.
Hopefully we could get more of those type of experiences the more we do work.
Oh
And
yeah,
market it. I mean, like a lot of it, I always tell people you can have the best product, and if you don't market it correctly, it's just not going to get the reach that it deserves.
nobody's
And
gonna
you
know
can
it's
have,
there.
yeah. And then if you have trash and you put some marketing dollars behind it, it will go viral. That's
Yeah.
just the way that it works. Just the
Mm-hmm.
way.
Always the way that it works. Oh
Yep.
man. Oh, should we start
So
out with the what's been good?
yeah,
I
I'm
haven't
gonna go
even
ahead
done
and
any
start.
what's been good.
Yeah,
Okay, Shakina, what's been good?
yeah, what's been good, Shakina? Oh, she's not here right now.
Dang it, she's running late.
Yes, but
Okay,
hopefully she will be here
she
sooner than later.
will. She said she
Yeah,
would.
yeah. We're gonna hold you to it, Shakina. If you're
We
watching,
are.
if we're gonna hold you to it. So, yeah. So I guess I'll go.
All right.
For the what's been good. What's been good is gosh, so many good things have been happening. But I'll say for one is that I am finally ready to film this Saturday. Got
Sweet.
the costume, got together, spoke with my crew, the actors, and all that.
I
And
saw the costume for your lead lady.
yeah,
Nice. Nicely
yeah, it
done.
is. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And just can't wait to see it all in action and really just get it done. Like, I don't know
Yep.
if you ever felt like this, Chris, but it's like when you are excited about something, but at the same time, you want this to be over with. Like, I'm
Yep.
over it
Yep.
already. I'm done. I just want it to be in the can.
You
And
wanna get to that point where you're feeling high off of what you did
yep,
without having to go through all that to get there. You want
exactly.
that feeling now without having,
Yeah,
oh, there's a lot of stuff I got to do, you
yep.
know. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. I was just
That's
telling
exactly
Sue
it.
a little bit ago, like it was 8:30, and I said, "Do you realize in 24 hours, the live show will be done?" And I was thinking, at this time in 24 hours, we're all going to
Yeah,
be riding a high. So I totally understand where you're coming
yeah.
from.
Right,
But yeah,
right,
that
right.
costume it's pretty nice.
It is. It
That's
is.
pretty cool.
Thanks. And gosh, what's been good with you?
Well, the Consecrate movie that I wrote, the screenplay that I wrote, has been accepted for the Independent Film Festival 2021. Going to
Nice.
be highlighted this fall. So that's the big thing with me. That, and then of course what Bernard and I have already been talking about, kind of off and on, the big showcase tomorrow night.
Yep.
The
Big showcase.
showcase extravaganza tomorrow night that we're going to do. But yeah, that kind of inspired me. I've listed it in some other festivals, international festivals as well. So and I don't know, should I give everybody a teaser of what I wrote?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Okay, all right, all right.
no spoilers though.
I
No spoilers.
won't give any spoilers, but I will say that here at the Slanted Brow, for quite a while now, we have played around with the idea of doing our own short short films, short comedy sketches. And this week I sat down and I wrote one for us. So I'll give you the title of it. It's called Not This Time.
Not this time, Chris.
Not This Time. That's what it's
Not
called. I think everyone will enjoy it. To be filmed later this year.
Yes. And I guess for let me ask you, Chris, if you don't mind me asking,
Yeah.
what's the criteria for those who would wish to act in this? Like some of our viewers may feel like, hey, I want to act in you all shorts. Is there a casting process?
I've never thought about that. So I really don't know. I guess you could always just drop us a line. You could drop us a line, let us look at you, let us know, what you've done, and yeah, what you'd feel okay with. There's always spots open, especially for this one that I wrote. There's actually a scene where there's a lot of people at once.
Yep.
Saying things out loud. See, I don't want to give it away, but but there's always room for more people.
Right.
Yeah, what is it? I think when we did Nevis, we ended up with almost 50 people in that courtroom.
Gosh.
And that included camera crew, sound, extras, everybody. That was huge. So yeah, drop us a line, leave a comment, let us know who you are.
Yeah. That'll be excellent. Excellent. We were looking for more people, to be able to work with, and hopefully some new fresh meat, would be great.
It's always good to find something fresh.
Oh yeah. Always.
Man, it even I bet some of you people even smell fresh. I bet you do. I bet you do. Man, like baby powder. I smell you out there, and you know who you are.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. We have a number of topics that we're going to touch on real quick. Some that kind of came up last minute. I guess, and some that we just wanted to, brush through. But I'll just go ahead and put it out there. Some of the things we're going to talk about, such as Jonathan's here. Jonathan Lee's watching. Hey, he said, I'm down to clown. If you're down to clown, then come around.
He's down to clown.
So we're going to talk about Simone Biles tonight.
Yes.
Talk about Kroger. Kroger is under fire. Also,
I'm really upset with that one.
We have the West Side Landlord. Creep.
Man, I saw that story, and I thought, why isn't a lot of people talking about this creep? Why did they take? Can we get him over with now?
Yeah, please. Let's do that, because it's so many questions. As I was reading, I was like,
right?
What in the world is going on? Okay, so Chris, take it away. You brought it up. Take it away.
So this guy, and I just happened to run across it online, and then I thought, what? Really? So he's a landlord. Yep, you got that out of us so far.
That's normal.
He's got a building or two. Yep. He's on the west side.
Yeah.
Now I know we all know that not every landlord is going to be always nice or on the up and up, but this guy first had sexual harassment charges brought on him. I think it said 2013. I think was the first time. 2018 was the second time. And now the reason we're talking about it again is because in 2018, he has like this whole list of things that he's either supposed to do or not supposed to do. And in the past 3 years, he has done the exact opposite of everything on that probationary list. Now, you guys are probably thinking, well, all right, so what kind of sexual harassment? Oh, not just the, hey, I understand you don't have rent. We'll work it out another way. Yes, that was going on. But he was secretly taking pictures and videos of his tenants.
Yep.
Videos and pictures of his tenants, harassing his tenants for sexual favors. Yeah. And then they could be, one of it was, you could run late on your rent
Yes.
if you just put out form.
Right.
You could run late. Yeah.
Yep.
I think he would take any amount, monetary value, and he just doesn't care.
Yeah. Oh, and
He's
then
a
speaking of people who didn't care, here's another kicker. He's also with a wife. His wife knows about
yes.
this. So
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah.
It gets deeper. It gets
Mhm.
even creepier. How in
Very
the
proud.
world is his wife allowing this to happen? Like,
Mhm.
how is he? Like, how is he? What type of woman is this that sticks with a guy
I don't
who does this repetitively? Like, she didn't just find out about this.
No.
She been knew about this.
No. The first charges were in 2013.
Yeah.
So how long had he been doing it? Oh, we don't know. We absolutely don't know. And then what got me, and then I saw his picture.
Oh,
And when I saw his picture in one of the stories, I thought, oh, he looks like the guy that would do that. You know, we've all seen those mug shots where you see a mug shot and you look at it and you're like, yeah, probably. I could see that. I could see him doing that.
Yeah.
So they show a picture of this guy, and I saw it and I thought, yep. If there was a guy who's going to look like that and do what he's doing, it's probably going to be him. I bet you it's going to be him. And there he was in his splendor and glory. Now, and it's not even all over the news. And that's what got to me. I thought, really?
Yeah.
Why isn't everybody talking about this? You know, well, for one, so on the west side, we've got the new soccer stadium, right?
Yeah.
So I guess maybe soccer stadium driving people out of their apartments, I guess, you know, that overshadows Mr. Sex Man.
Yep.
Mr. Sexy Landlord. You're actually looking for his picture, aren't you?
I'm not, but I'm going to now.
I thought you were actually looking at the computer thinking, yeah, I'm going to find this guy.
I got to see this guy.
I'm going to find this man and expose him.
And,
actually, he likes to be. He likes to be exposed.
He likes to expose. He said, "No, wait, I got you. Already done it. I'm gonna do it again." Oh my gosh! But here's the question, though, Chris, is that it looks like the justice system has failed because
in this instance, yes, sir,
it has. It's like I would have to blame the justice system in a way to where it's like child molesters.
Mm-hmm.
After the first incident, you are like slapped with so many restrictions.
Yep.
And where you can't be like a certain amount of yards within a school.
No.
Within like kids, a Chuck E. Cheese. Like you name it, you are not allowed. And I feel like this guy should be stripped of his landlord capabilities. Like no.
He should have been stripped of that like a long time ago. And you can't, it's not as if you can put a restraining order on him. He's your landlord. He owns the building.
Yeah.
So you're stuck because you can't get a restraining order on him.
Yeah.
That would be the thing to do, but you can't do it.
Well, they should have something for landlords, like levels of creepiness, like strike 1, strike 2, strike 3. But just strike them out. It's like if you've had any type of sexual harassment, even in the slightest bit, you should be not allowed. Like, okay, you can do it, but let's say that you have to have that on your like credentials as far as like when people go to say, oh, your listing is popped up. But I see that you're also a creep.
Yeah.
I think I want to go ahead and go with you. At least give me a heads up.
Yeah, right. He didn't even have the courtesy to make anybody a latte before he did it.
Or give him a cigarette afterwards. Like, here's a cigarette.
Latte, that was my joke for the night.
Well, enough about that creep. Let's get into some more other news. The Kroger, I want to get this out the way too. This is so sad.
It is.
So sad. And Chris, take it away. You brought this up. Tell us more about it.
So apparently there was and I'm not going to mention any names. Actually, there is a website listing. If you want to see if you can find that, it actually gives the entire lawsuit. So you can actually read it word by word, everything that happened to this guy. If you find that while I'm doing this, you can post that. But apparently, a gentleman who was working at a Kroger in Milford, Ohio, he was working in the dairy department. right around the time the pandemic started, and people were being mandated to wear masks, he showed up to work one day wearing a mask and was chastised by his manager. His manager was against it. We all grew to accept that kind of behavior around that time, but the behavior didn't really stop there. The, I guess, assistant manager at the time who was working with this lady manager, I will say it was a woman and then a man who was the assistant manager. They kind of took it upon themselves to, and I quote, they said this in front of other employees, make that man's life a living hell.
Yep.
Yep. To the point where they were messing around with products that you people buy. They were messing around with them and putting outdated products where he was supposed to be working so that it could be blamed on him.
Mm-hmm.
The head manager actually would harass him over text messages and actually send him child pornography on his text phone so that they can say that that guy has that on his phone. And that was actually documented that they sent it to him. He has coworkers that worked with him who made complaints to their union, who made complaints to the corporation. That didn't go anywhere. He actually, the man that we're talking about that had all this happen to him, actually asked for a transfer more than once from the Kroger Corporation and was turned down. And basically, the manager there was also just trying to keep him around and just continued to verbally and mentally abuse him, to the point at one point in time she was trying to actually deliberately get him to stare at her chest, I think at one point, so that she could cry sexual harassment on him. So in the end, folks, he endured this, I don't know how many months. It was almost a year's worth of enduring this. And he ended up taking his own life. Now, what his father is doing is his father is bringing suit against the Kroger Corporation, knowing full well that Kroger knew about it. They had received phone calls, not just from him, but also from the coworkers. The union had also received documentation, written and phone calls from coworkers and from that guy himself. Nobody did anything to ever help this man, except what few coworkers could. But of course, then again, they're put in a pretty hard place too, aren't they? Because they risk losing a job that a lot of them can't risk losing, especially when you're in the middle of a pandemic. You can't do that, man. You just can't do that. And nobody was being transferred out, though it was asked for. So and now I'm going to give you a shocker. I have heard through the grapevine that if you go to the Milford Kroger right now, that woman that was manager is still there. She's still working there, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
And I have been told that the reason that, and maybe I'm wrong. Hey, if I'm wrong, somebody say something, because I would like to know that I'm wrong. But the reason that she's still there is because if Kroger fired her, that's admission.
Yeah, exactly.
To the problem. So they're not going to fire her. So she is still there. Now, apparently there were some protests that happened in front of that store a couple of times this week. I've seen it. Hey, Jonathan. I saw pictures of it on social media that people were kind of banding together, making their voices heard. But yeah, and it's really sickening. And what I hate about it, well, not just that situation, that whole situation, I was seething when I read that story. I was seething to the point where I wanted to find that manager. I did. She's still there. But then when it's talked about on social media outlets, when you hear all the other people saying that that kind of thing also happened to them in the industry, you know, and all just the craptastic shows that they had to endure from their management. and not just in Kroger, but in other food outlet stores.
Right.
But a lot of people did mention Kroger. Made me mad. Yeah.
Well,
yeah. And I wanted to talk about it tonight because I wanted people to be aware of what happened over there.
yeah.
I wanted to bring awareness to what happened. That guy's not around anymore, so I guess I'll throw a voice to him. You know?
Right. And then the other thing, it goes higher up because Kroger is a well-established company.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it doesn't just rest and stop with the management at Milford, but it goes to the HR department.
Yep.
Because we filed the complaints, they go up beyond just the reach of the management, and in this case, the assistant manager as well, where they could stop it. They could not stop, this young guy from reaching above them and saying, "Hey, I have some complaints about some of your employees that are over, that's torturing me, so to speak."
Yep.
And so I'm looking past them now, and I'm looking like at the headquarters, like what is going on? Like just how many other complaints are going forth and are just being swept underneath the rug for the sake of I don't know what? Because to me, I think that any good natured human being would hear a complaint, a cry from their fellow civilian, and say to themselves, like, you know what, I have to come to their defense.
Yeah.
That should be like HR 101.
Yep.
And if you fail to do that, then you're no better than the person or people that were torturing this guy to the point where he committed suicide.
Yeah.
So I feel that they are also should be under fire as well. Like names should be rolled out, and under investigation, make it public. I have no problem,
yeah.
go ahead.
And I wasn't going to say the names of the people involved. It is in the lawsuit document. But I will say this for anyone who wants to read it.
Where can they find it?
If you look up Kroger, Milford, Ohio Kroger Lawsuit, you might get a link that it will pop up with. And I mean, folks, you can read it. But hey, here's your warning before you do. It is pages and pages of things that are going to trigger you. And I mean, it is just page after page of insanity that's just going to trigger you. And I mean, it's just,
That's horrible.
It is. It is.
And unacceptable. I mean, like this is the type of stuff that you would think would only happen like in grade school, maybe high school, college, maybe in a form of hazing, but to have grown people in management acting like this, there's something that they're psychopaths. Like you got to have no emotions to be able to torture somebody and get a kick out of it. And for them to continue to keep doing this, I'm looking at HR. I'm looking at Kroger's HR like they had their hand in it as well.
Oh yeah, they did. And too, remember, they were purposefully taking out stuff. He worked the dairy department predominantly. Right. So they were purposely taking the good stuff out of there and putting outdated stuff in there. And then they would call for an inspection. And then he would be written up. And he would have it logged down. One of his coworkers actually stated somewhere that he would actually log down every time that he would check, everything in his department, to make sure everything wasn't outdated. I mean, the guy worked there for over a decade, I think, at least, right? He was there for a long time, according to some folks.
I mean, they said that he actually moved up.
Yeah.
Like, he just wasn't like a regular employee.
No.
Bagger. Like he actually, worked his tail off and flying.
Yeah, that place was his life, and apparently did a darn good job doing it. And then it's unfortunate. Then he has to have these two yahoos as managers. So,
wow.
And then nobody's going to do anything about it, even after complaints have been made. You would think that like what you said, Bernard. I mean, you would think that coming to you saying, hey, guess what? This happened. And you've got more than one person saying it. Yeah. You would think that at some point they would have gotten rid of those two people.
Right. Right.
But they didn't. And the one is still there to this very day. In fact, somebody online said that they had walked into that Kroger store a couple of days ago, and she was actually standing in there as a greeter, and they had security guards in there because people had been protesting.
That's the goal that person has to do that. Like that's
Yep.
That was kind of like damage control, but at the same time, you know that you're wrong.
Yep.
You don't kind of surround yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You're trying to make yourself to be the victim.
Mm-hmm.
You're not the victim. That's horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So again, and I know that's not a great happy story. Not every story is, but again, the only reason why I wanted to say it is because it's horrible. I wanted to bring it to light for people who didn't know.
Yep.
And again, that man who is now gone doesn't have a voice anymore. So at least we gave him one for a little bit here.
Yep. Greatly appreciate it. So yeah, let's go ahead and switch gears and talk about Simone Biles here.
Yeah.
One of the greats. They're actually saying that she's like the best of all time, like the gymnast of all time.
Mm-hmm.
When I was coming up, who was that woman who was the gymnast that was on the Wheaties box and stuff?
Oh, what is her name?
Trivia.
She had short brown hair.
Yes, yeah, like a little.
I remember her, and she was always smiling, like
always smiling. Yeah.
It's like it was like on the Wheaties box. It was her with her arms up, going,
yes, she was doing that number.
Yeah.
Hold on, what was her name? Oh. I don't want to look it up, but I have to because of the
because now we have to show everybody who we're talking about on the Wheaties box. No, Simone, she's better than she was. Apparently, Miss Biles is so good. Did you hear about how they score her?
Well, I heard that they was having problems with trying to score her. Because
the thing she was doing was so outrageously dangerous. It was harder than anybody else could do. What she was doing, nobody else was doing because they can't.
Right. Now, before you go on, I thought that they were trying to say they were banning some of her moves or banning a move that she was doing because
what do you hear that?
Because nobody else could do it.
Well, then it sucks to be them. Come on.
Oh, guess what her name was? Mary Lou Retton.
Mary Lou Retton. That's right. Mary Lou Retton.
Yeah, hold on. And I have the image of her on the Wheaties box.
Oh, do you got the Wheaties box? Oh, let's see the box.
Hold on, I gotta bring it up. Hold on. Save this image. Oh my God.
It's gonna make me hungry for cereal and cartoons.
Oh man. Talking about a flashback. But yeah, So how were they judging her? Like, are they able to score her?
So here's how I read it. I don't know. Yes, Kelly, Mary Lou Retton was a doll. I don't know. I don't understand the way that they do it, but here's the end of it. Each category of what they do, it's like execution, difficulty, danger, blah 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 blah. The highest that most people get to is a 6. That is your high score. But now because of what she was doing, the difficulty range went up because nobody else could do it. So if they actually were honest about the ranking, then she would have been consistently getting a 6.6 on everything she did, making it hands down the greatest that there is, but they couldn't. So the highest she could get was they just lowered it down to a 6. That's like saying, little Timmy's really smart and he keeps getting 100s on his tests, but nobody else can. So instead of A's, we're going to give him a B. Is that okay with you? No.
It's not.
No, it's not.
It's not.
But that's what they were going to do anyway. But yeah. Oh, Mary. You know, I really like the way that you have superimposed Mary Lou Retton. See? Oh, we just did our own Wheaties commercial. Okay,
sure
everybody, take a screenshot.
Grab it.
Okay.
That. Mary Lou Retton.
Mary Lou Retton. That is awesome. So yeah, so she left. Did you hear why?
Well, I didn't hear why, but I assumed because she was talking about the mental, her mental health. I assumed that it had to do with the pressure of how these judges were trying to contain her in this box. That
So that's
she
part of it.
clearly was just bursting out at the seams.
So that's part of it. It all, because all that stuff just adds up, right? And you're already going to the Olympics, kind of stressful. You know, you're already not getting the score you deserve, kind of stressful. And then on top of that, she got what gymnasts call, and I didn't know this until earlier today. It was in one of the articles I think that you had sent me where they said she had the Twisties. Now I had to look up what Twisties were. And according to gymnasts, when you're up in the air, like let's say you jump off the balance beam and you're going to do this double twist, triple twist, and then boop, and then you're down. They do it so they've done it so many times that it's all muscle memory for them, and they don't even have to think about it. It's just and then they're done.
Right.
But what happens with the Twisties is your brain just kind of loses it for a second, and it's like you're done, but you realize you didn't do it. You know what I mean? It's like, well, I meant to do 2 twirls. I only did 1. And then your brain starts messing with you, and then you don't get it right, and you don't get it right, and you don't get it right, and you don't get it right. And a lot of people have had that happen, and they don't recover from that kind of thing. So she decided, you know what, I'm going to step down. And she did that for her teammates because she's like, you know what, I'm not going to bring the team down by me making these mistakes. I'm going to do this for my mental health and for me and for the sake of my team. Made the right decision, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I think that is, I commend her for doing that. But you do have some people out there who are like, you know, America first. I don't care if how you feel. Like you better get out there and perform. Stop being weak. Those folks. But you know, for her,
and those are all coming from people who can't even do one cartwheel.
Listen, they have a problem doing a twirl of a drumstick. Like they can't even do that, right?
They can't do that.
No, they can't even do that. So, it's like for her to step back and to say, you know, enough is enough. I got to look out for me first, not America first, but it's me first.
Yeah,
it's the only thing to do. That's right.
Yeah,
you know, not sacrifice yourself and go down in water like, oh, I'm going for the gold, but I'm not going to get it.
Yeah, and she doesn't owe anyone anything.
She doesn't.
She doesn't owe her. You owe it to your country. No, she does not. She doesn't owe it to anybody. She's protecting herself, and inadvertently, she protected her team.
Yep,
it's a done deal. It's a done deal. You know what? Sit down. Didn't we just have an American win gold today anyway in gymnastics? I'm pretty sure we still had one. There. You happy now? Good Lord, people.
Yep.
You know, we still had somebody win. No, it's not good enough.
Oh,
I'm going to focus on that coward. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
This Olympics though, I mean, you brought up the one thing, the swim caps. Like what, 2-3 weeks ago, you brought up the swim caps.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Well, you know, they didn't end it there, right?
No, I did not.
Did you hear about the Norwegian beach volleyball team?
Oh yeah, they want to wear shorts, and they said we're going to fine you because you wore shorts and not bikinis. But the men wear shorts.
They weren't allowed. They decided that they were not going to wear the ass showing bikini bottoms They
Thank you.
decided they wanted to wear shorts, and they were disqualified for not showing the world their bare butts.
Their cheeks.
Come on. What in the world? You know
Herbs.
what? I
Herbs.
you know what I think? Bikini Bottoms out. I know, right? You know what I think? I've got a solution to this whole thing. Make it so that all the men want to wear bikini bottoms, and in no time flat, the Olympic people will say, "Oh no, we don't like bikini bottoms anymore."
Oh yeah.
Let's just no. I don't want those now. Nope,
Yeah,
nope.
we can't have guys out there looking like Borat with the
Oh,
banana bikinis.
that would be great. I think Borat could save the Olympics. Very
That's
nice.
not from the movie. Yeah. Borat saves the Olympics.
Borat saves the Olympics. I want to see Borat get on the balance beam with his bikini bottoms.
Very nice.
I don't know, just see him like climb over it, straddling it and moving
Oh,
down it. Oh,
oh,
oh my
that would
God,
be
that would
great.
be awesome. I
That would
would
be
be.
so
And you realize he'd have to have an assistant like help get his butt up there on the thing. He would. He'd have to get help.
cool.
I
Because
would too. I mean, I
because
can't just
he wouldn't know
hop
how to
up on
mount
it.
it. Right.
He's got to mount the dang thing, so somebody's got to help him do that. And he's just gonna kind of like crawl across the whole thing to get to the
Like,
other side,
like an
and then
inchworm.
yeah, and then yes, and then when he gets to the other side, then he's just gonna crawl back off and then stand there and go ta-da.
The judges will be looking at each other like how did we score? How do we score below a zero?
Yeah. Mm. Oh,
Kelly says athletes, not swimsuit models, while trying to win. Exactly.
yeah.
They're athletes, people.
Mm-hmm.
Like we should be paying attention to their skill set and not their assets.
And not there. Hey, there you go. I like the way you use the word ass in that. Yeah, without having to say it because it's a
Exactly.
family show. That's
Exactly. Well,
awesome.
that's all due to my improv skills.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that is correct. You've really been honing in on those,
I have.
which I'm sure if everybody hasn't heard by now, well, there is an improv show tomorrow night.
Yep.
And I can say safely that I promise not to wear a bikini bottom.
Wait. At first, you might have somebody underneath your pants and just. Whoosh.
Oh, there you go. I can have the Velcro pants,
Yep. Like the
and then
Chippendales.
do it in the middle of the show. It's like it's too late. You can't really go anywhere.
There's nowhere else to go. Like that right there is
Yeah.
the cream of the top.
Yeah. Everybody's just gonna stand there and look at me and go, "Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't
What
know.
do we do with that? What do we do with that?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh my gosh!
I don't know.
And with this being a competition,
Yeah.
if you were to do that, you would win, right?
No, I don't think I would. No, I think I would be politely asked to leave after a while.
Or after a while.
After a while, yes. Yes. Kelly says laughing ovation, which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, she is going to be watching the show tomorrow night.
Woohoo! In person.
Yep. Live at the Improv Showcase
Extravaganza.
Extravaganza.
Yes.
Man,
I gotta get that
again,
down pat.
tickets are only $10.
They're only $10.
They're only $10. And
And
now last week too, you were talking about another project you were doing.
yeah, I do. I have a project that I'm filming on Saturday. That is called Super Just Super, and I think it's my first ever my own first passion project. I'll say that personal passion project. Thank you very much. Been looking forward to this day, and I'm hoping that everything goes well. Like I kind of have a little bit of jitters, which I think that's normal.
Yep.
Um, but it's more like jitters with I hope I pull it off to where I'm happy with it.
Oh, I
I
think you
think
will.
yeah,
I think you will. I think
yeah.
it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I'm really looking forward to just working with some new, fresh faces that's going to be
Yep.
out there. Looking forward to that because it's always like we have a really dope film community here in Cincinnati.
We
I
really
don't know
do,
if a lot of
actually.
people know that, but my hope, I don't know how it's going to get done, Chris, but some freaking way, with all the talent that we have here in Cincinnati, we need to have like our own slash like Oscars.
Oh, we
Like
could. Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
I mean, because we have enough content that's being
Hmm.
built. There's so many departments here that are doing their thing, and I would love to have an independent film award show, and
For just Cincinnati.
for
For
just
just
Cincinnati,
Cincinnati. Okay.
like Cincinnati, and I would say maybe as far up as like
Because
Middletown,
Cindy Pendant is awesome, but they
yeah,
they gather in people from all over.
all over,
That is a
all over,
huge
huge,
festivals. So we're looking at, just doing something just, purely Cincinnati based.
yep,
If you're from Columbus, I'm sorry.
sorry, same,
It's
same,
Cincinnati based.
right,
Nothing against you. You know what? You can have your own. See,
yep, yep,
we're
that'll
not
be
saying
awesome.
you can't. No, I get it. No, we have. Maybe one day we should. And we've also talked about being able to do our own small little short movie festival as well.
Yes. Yeah, I think that would be like great, because it's just way too much talent, way too much talent on so many levels. Like you got people out there that are professional. You have some people
Mhm.
who just wish like this is a hobby or like this is a passion and they want to somehow break in. This would
Mhm.
be a great way for them to be able to connect with the people who can get them to the next level.
Now, are they going to be doing 48 again this fall?
Okay, so here's the thing with the 48.
All right,
I
I'm listening.
I have to go down to the theater tomorrow to talk with them about getting a date to be able to have it
Okay.
the premiere. Once I lock that in, then I'll be able to go ahead and launch uh the actual dates leading up to the kickoff, which we are in talks having it happen in September and then having the premiere happened um, October.
Okay.
In October, so we're 2 months away from having that type of screening, and we're looking at I think it's the Ludlow Theater. Is it the Ludlow Theater? No, the Esquire.
Now,
That's
is it
where
going
we
to
have.
be the same as last fall's was, where it's more than one community? Because I think what was it last fall? We had Baltimore,
No,
Cleveland,
yes.
Columbus,
No,
Cincinnati,
this is strictly Cincinnati.
strictly Cincinnati. Okay.
It's going to be strictly Cincinnati, and on top of that, it's going to also have all the categories are going to come back for winners and recognition. So there's going to be awards for that as well. It's not going to be just first, second, and third place. It's going to be like the full blown 48 experience
Nice.
for people to
So people have a chance to win Best Actor, Best
yep,
Director,
yep, all of
Best
that.
Editing.
Best sound design, all that good stuff. Best use
Oh,
of prop, best use of category, genre, all of that is going to be back. And I think it was like 20 something different awards that you can win. So
yeah.
um, I think once things kind of open up tomorrow, once I find out what the theater's going to say tomorrow, and we just basically going to hit the ground running next week.
Cool. Now
Yep.
as you know, I was in the last 48, and we
Yes.
didn't get it done.
Mm.
Mm. We had 48 hours to do a musical. We got musical, and by golly, we did a musical. We just didn't get it in on time.
Yeah. And it was from technical difficulties. This wasn't by human error.
That's right. That's
So,
right.
so don't look at that team like,
No,
like they just did too much. No, they didn't do too much. They
no.
did what they were supposed to.
Mhm.
Technology failed them. So I
Dang
understand
you,
the pain.
technology.
I know, man. It sucks. But yeah, that's going to be happening. But also, the Fright Film Competition is happening. Uh,
Dun 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 la 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 la.
and looking forward to that. So the kickoff, they changed it. It's going to be on August the 3rd. So that's coming this upcoming Tuesday. And I'm working on having a team, a squad, in which I'm going to finally be working with the Chris Gordy. Uh,
Woo!
yes, he's going to be one heck of an actor. I have no idea what the story is going to be about.
None of
Uh,
us do.
yep, none of us do, but
We'll
it's the
figure that
same
out later.
concept. Same concept. They're going to give us our genre, horror, and we can mix it with like comedy or sci-fi or whatever, western horror, horror, whatever.
Western
And then
horror? Hmm.
western horror. Ooh, cowboys and aliens. I don't know,
Yeah.
but we can definitely knock this one out the park. I really believe so, Chris. I think that we have the chemistry to bring
We
home
do.
the gold.
We do.
I
And we
think
have a
so.
lot of scary people on board with us.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. We have people who are potentially who could be fairly frightening.
I think well, Chris. I mean, for you you have that in the bag. But I was trying to get Chris to step out, and Chris schooled me. He told me last night. He said, "You know what? If you really want to win,
Yeah.
play to people's strengths." You
Yep.
know. So that I'm going to listen to the wise. He said that this is not a time to experiment and play around. If you really want to
Yeah.
win, go with what you know is right.
No,
So
there's a time and place to experiment with what an actor can and can't do. Trying to win an award is not that time to do
yeah. Yeah.
it.
And not to say that Chris can't, because Chris has a very wide range
I
of
do.
characters and emotion, but I think that he does. Let me ask you, out of that wide spectrum, what do you enjoy doing the most? Like, where do you find yourself?
Um, at opposite extremes, um, I like to be the characters that I enjoy are either funny because they have it's quirk. It's an individual with a with certain quirks about them that make them funny and stand out, whether they're just excitable or jittery or they get angry easily. Getting angry easily is also kind of funny. So I mean, that kind of thing. Or at the opposite end of the spectrum, um, that really just you know, pure evil person. You know,
Mm.
one extreme or the other. I've really enjoyed anything in between, and I always find that I'm just acting like myself, um, which isn't always good because you want to take on a character. You want to take
Right.
on something. You got to do something, and so I think that's well. So I guess what I'm basically describing is I like character acting. I like characters.
Yeah.
I like Die Hard. This is a Die Hard character. This isn't somebody you're going to just meet on the street at any old time.
Right.
This is a person who's different um, in any sort of way. Those characters are the ones that I like.
Yeah. Just out the box gives you a chance to be able to explore and be free, basically.
Mm-hmm. Like last night when we did the rehearsal thing. I don't know if you saw me when I was doing when I introduced myself sitting in the chair there.
Yeah.
I was being very jittery and in my own little way, and
Right.
I was having fun with that. Those are the kinds of people that I like to portray.
Nice. Nice. So I'm looking forward to, again, like I said, working with Chris. We have some other amazing people that are actors, and if depending on the script, Chris is going to be definitely one of the writers. He has a very fabulous brain when it comes to horror, um, a beautiful brain,
when
and
it when it
very
comes
beautiful.
to really sick, strange things, I'm your guy.
You
I'm just your
gotta,
guy.
gotta call Chris.
Yep.
Gotta call him up. So that's going to be good. Um, Now I guess, gosh, we got about 6 minutes left. I guess we can leave it open to the floor to see what the audience, what you guys have, like questions. You guys have anything you want to ask us?
I have a question. Do we have an audience? I mean, I see Kelly,
Yeah, I think
Jonathan.
we got two people so far peeping their beautiful faces in.
They're looking at us, little looky-loos.
Yeah, so yeah, leave a comment down below. We'll go ahead and we'll put that up on the screen. We'll answer that question or talk about that topic.
About the
Oh,
Olympics?
oh, and also too, I heard that there's some beef happening over with Marvel and Disney with Scarlett Johansson. Scarlett
Yes,
Johansson is
because
suing.
apparently, didn't she only
Yeah,
get like 22 million off of this?
I don't know how much that she
I
got.
mean, I'm feeling kind of bad.
I do too, but it's like, who do you blame when the evidence, numbers don't lie, folks.
Yeah.
Numbers don't lie, and I don't know where the ball was dropped, but somehow, somewhere, Black Widow didn't do as much as they were anticipating, and I think they were
Well,
saying, "Go ahead."
what happened was apparently, according to her, the contract stated that it was going to be out in cinemas before it was going to be allowed out in streaming world,
Right,
Disney Plus, because Disney owns Marvel Universe. So it all went out at the same time, making the take from the theater box office way low. And that
right,
was actually, that's part of where her take is coming from, is
yes,
from the box office. And
right.
so right now she's in process of suing them. So I don't know how you sue them, because I don't know how you could project how much you lost. I guess you could use the numbers from the people who went online to
Yeah,
watch it and argue the fact that they would have been buying tickets at the box office. So,
right.
gosh, now that I think about it, it's kind of an easy argument. Oh, well, power to you. Good luck then. I'm sure you kind of win.
Yeah,
Did you watch that, by the way?
I did not watch it yet, and I'm saying yet because I just haven't had the time to just stop and sit down and really have my mind clear to do that. That probably won't happen for like another week, if I'm gonna honestly give an answer.
We actually went out to a real live theater
Oh,
to
did
watch
you
it. I
enjoy it?
know. Yep. We went to a real theater. We had
Nice.
popcorn.
Hmm. Movie theater popcorn is so good.
You know, they can't put butter on your popcorn anymore.
Yep,
You've got to do it yourself.
yep.
So there are some things that you can't do. You know, they'll like give you popcorn and no salt in it. You got to go do that yourself, which is too bad, because I always used to love it when they put like halfway popcorn and then
Yep.
butter and then fill the popcorn back up to the top and then the more butter.
Oh,
Oh man.
so good.
You know
The
who had
best.
the best popcorn?
I was getting ready to say the best popcorn is from Envision Theater.
Yes. That is absolutely the best
Oh,
popcorn.
we
Oh
were saying the
man.
same thing. The
Yes.
best.
Oh my God. You know, I could just go there and just buy a big jumbo box of popcorn and just
Quarter
take it
popcorn.
home. I
Yep.
don't have to watch a movie. Just give me some
At all.
popcorn. I'm just going to
Oh,
take it home. Man. Oh my God. I love the
I don't know
popcorn.
what they do, but they get it down to a science, folks. If you've
Mm.
never ever had Envision popcorn, you are missing out.
And the popcorn, they were thick too.
Yes,
They weren't
I love.
these weren't these little bony,
No,
things where everything gets stuck in your teeth. No.
these things were
Oh,
thick, like balls, like
yeah.
little ball thick, and I don't know how they did it. I don't know if it was
Man.
like air popped a certain type of way or what, but the way their popcorn pops and tastes, it's just like,
Absolute
yeah,
best. And we had two locations here in Cincinnati, both
yep,
gone.
I know, I
We
know.
had
Oh,
Blue
hold
Ash and
on.
Kenwood, both gone.
Yeah,
Apparently, again, this is just the word on the street. The word on the street is that the person who had the Blue Ash one, like, left and never came back.
what do you mean, like left? Like the person who owned it,
Yeah, he's gone.
like what moved from Cincinnati and just
Yeah,
got
he's
rid?
just left. He just absolutely left. And then he was also connected with one over at Kenwood, and they owed money to that Kenwood complex area that was never ever paid. So theaters closed now, both of them.
Okay, now I gotta look up how can you get Envision popcorn.
We're going to do this, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? When we find out how to get this popcorn, we're going to pass this information on to you, our listeners, because we care about the quality of food you eat. Oh, all right. Well, with that, we probably should go.
Yeah, I think so. It's been real, folks. It's been a real good time.
And you all need to be seeing us tomorrow night live.
Yes. Live from Cincinnati, Ohio. It's the
Extravaganza Showcase Theater Improv Arena from Cincinnati. Thing.
Yeah. Thing. Thing.
Yeah, and I know you're all going to enjoy the thing. Do you know what they don't get, though?
What's that?
When they're there? They don't get the screen.
Yeah, they don't get the screen.
They don't get the screen. So, like, people will be sitting out there, and they're going to be looking at us, and they're going to go, well, how do I know it's over? Doesn't the orange screen usually pop up? We don't have, see? And we're just going to have to look at it and say, oh, we don't have one.
At all.
We're too cheap.
You know how to do it.
We're too cheap to get one. You know, one of these days we should do one just for the Slanted Brow, like a live show, and hand everybody cards when they come in, and it's this on a card. So then we can say, okay, it's the end of the show. Everybody hold the card up in front of your face.
Exactly.
Yay!
It's been real.
Oh, and it's been slanted.
Brow.
In a show.